Hi there, sign of Taurus. This is Kim with your next 48-hour reading. I'm being pulled to do a what to love, what to embrace, and what to let go of, or what to surrender. Meaning give it up to spirit, not necessarily meaning like you get rid of something. It's not that type of surrender. It's kind of surrendering to a process type surrender. Some sage. Go ahead and get the camera and cleanse out any energies for our Taurus viewers too. So connecting with their energy, dropping into our heart space, we ask that their angels, their spirit guides, and their higher self join us as we get these messages that's for their highest good. And I do have private readings available, and thank you. Much love to people who have gotten those readings. I know a few of you have been Tauruses, so thank you. Yeah. So I'm just going to do this with different decks, and we're just going to see what happens. Never really done it this way, but, you know, I don't think there's any magic have to do anything a certain way, especially when it comes to tarot and divinity. Very open. All right. Taurus. Messages for Taurus, please. Find out, what does Taurus need to embrace or to love, to embrace. Let's start with what to love. What should Taurus love at this moment? What should Taurus Collective be loving at this moment? What should Taurus Collective be loving at this moment? The loyal heart. Look, even if this is somebody in spirit form, you know, because we're always connected to our soulmates. It's feeling this energy of a loyal heart, of somebody who would be loyal, who would be there for you. This is good. So this is what we should love at this moment. A loyal heart. Honesty. Truthfulness. 35. What should Taurus embrace? Come right out, guys. Time for a nap. So you need to embrace rest. That might be a hard thing for you all. You might want to get your rest, though, because I'm telling you, once this lunar eclipse, full moon comes in, good Lord, that's, I think, 15th, 16th. It's going to be, if you're like me, they keep me up. Like, I have a lot of trouble sleeping during those really strong lunar cycles. So I would get a nap here. And, of course, there's a sweet little fox saying, just always remember to be clever. Remember to think on your feet in case something should wake you up from this nap, right? What should you let go of, Taurus? What should you let go of? What should Taurus let go of? What should Taurus let go of? This is taking a while, guys. How something is supposed to come into you, how you're going to receive things. So look, there's this like, I know we all want to be penny pinchers and we all want to save and things like that, but they're saying that you really need to surrender to the idea of receiving more. And I think that's your main message, is like, be open to receiving as much as you possibly can, even if it's to receive so that you can direct something in another put money into another direction. Be open to receiving as much as possible. It feels like something about your loyal heart is prepping you to receive more here, guys. And that's absolutely beautiful, but you have to be open to receiving more. So loving yourself more. Look, got to receive good rest. That's still part of receiving. You know, So you have to receive good rest. That is imperable to feeling good. All right. Let's put this to the side. Now we're going to pull from this deck. The Shaman's Dream. I like this reading so far. This is a nice reading. I mean, very straightforward. Take a nap. Take a nap, Taurus. Take a nap. Should you take a nap? Sometimes things need a rest and then we come back to them, especially if it's something that we've been procrastinating with. That means that you've been thinking about procrastinating it, and so that's why it's wise to step away from that energy so that you can get back on focus or back on track. But your focus is going to be best when you're sleeping the best. So what should Taurus love? What should Taurus love this time? Ooh, luck and good fortune and experiencing life as it comes. Look at that, Taurus. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. 23, I relate this 23 to the Page of Pentacle energy. So I feel like, wow, you're about to go on a really exciting adventure here. It's time. It's time for it. Fortune's Wheel says luck and right timing. Beautiful. A big old pentacle too. It's just a big pentacle. Drifter is experiencing life as it comes. And you know what? I have never noticed what's in the water. That's strange. I don't know what's in the water. Maybe that's fish. I don't know. There's waterfalls right here though. Maybe that is the water. Maybe it's just supposed to be the reflection. It's strange. I've noticed it. Okay, so this boat, and if you know much about sailboats, they are wind dependent. I know how, like, but you know, yeah, they really are wind dependent. And if you try to go against whichever way that the wind is actually pulling you, then you're going to get slack, or you're going to get a sail will start flopping back and forth. It won't go really anywhere. Okay. And if anything, it could pull you sideways. It can do that. So they're saying just go where this wind is taking you. Wherever your sail is being filled, know that you should be loving the fact that it is filled at this moment. That you are indeed going somewhere. Right? This is reminding me of time. That's just reminding me of time. Let's get some timing cards. I don't usually pull out the timing cards, but if this is your thing, if this is not your thing, the timing cards, you don't have to pay attention to it, to this part. But I'm feeling like we should do a timing card for you, Taurus. Because of things being so unpredictable, in a sense. Give me a timing card for Taurus, for the majority of our Tauruses here. This is happening very quickly. See what I'm saying? So I knew that there was a message for you all. This is happening very quickly. So get your rest, but be like the fox with, you know, with one eye open. I always imagine them having one eye open. Like, they still know what's going on. Even if they're sleeping. It's kind of like a cat sleeps, you know, not really asleep. Always on high alert. All right. So that's interesting. This is a really big call for you to experience life as it comes. This reading's turning out really good. I like this. Time for a nap. Tell me about what Taurus should embrace. What you should embrace. What should Taurus embrace right now? I think it's that one, but you know what? We'll stick it back in. If it wants to come out, then it was. If not, then no. What you should embrace. A new beginning and choices. Perhaps unavoidable, already determined choices. There's choices and there are consequences here. It's coming across as the Two of Swords to me in the reverse, which is like a decision that would be unavoidable. Like it's a resting time, and then it's like it's any moment after rest, it may be time for changes. Moon maiden, new beginnings. This moon, this full moon really might be bringing some very special things your way. I would note that on your calendar. Sweet results await when you see the bee spirit. I love that. Grapes, happiness. And then there's something that they're really just wanting you to surrender to the idea of having to hold on to anything. Surrender to that idea. Because once you're letting something go, if you notice, you're still in the position now to receive. When you're like that, like I've let everything go. Okay, now you're in the position now to receive. All right. Beautiful. Tell me about what we should surrender. What should Taurus surrender right now? What should Taurus surrender right now? Oh, wow. Surrender your disowned self with the root girl. Any part of you, especially inner child work, when we look back, any part that we're trying not to remember, or we have blocks of memory kind of blocked out, we need to ask ourselves why we're not giving that energy, that time in our lives, any attention. Because those are the parts that make us whole. Even if it's usually it's the parts that somebody else had to be close, usually, that makes you feel ashamed or bad or something like that. That part of us that we don't want to accept, that part needs to be set free and part of the whole. Because keeping it suppressed down here is not, it's not benefiting the whole root system here. So, okay, that's my quick one on the root girl. And then we get to the other cards that seem to be here. You have 10, deep diver, diving into a task. And 54, the crossing, the initiation. Well, that's interesting. If you can see, there's a person right here, right in front of a portal. You're about to go places, and this is even coming across as this new beginning, that moon maiden. You're about to go into an experience that's going to end up testing your intellect a lot more, and using your creativity in your mind. You're going to be diving into something, I don't know, to explore areas that have never either been explored or areas where you get to bring your light. Surrender to the maybe exploration. Surrender to the exploration. And put it like this so that we can get some tarot cards now, and we will clarify what this stuff is about, because obviously something is going to be happening very quickly. Let me get a drink of coffee here. We're sorry if it makes a noise. Okay, so we have, this is happening very quickly, but I'm feeling like I want to dive right into what we need to surrender to. The initiation. Surrender to letting go of something, because you're about to go through this portal that's going to take you somewhere where you're going to explore a lot. It's like National Geographic here. Tell me about what Taurus needs to surrender. Tell me about what Taurus needs to surrender. Possibly making a move or a big move. And here's this. Deep diving into what your conscience, or not conscience, your consciousness is telling you to do. Surrender feeling like you have to always be right. That's what's coming up. Surrender to having to feel like something is always, like you've got to be right. Surrender that. So listen. You may really be making a move or crossing over like into a different milestone, a different part. There's a need to listen to your better judgment, though, when it comes to going from one situation to the next. One that's a little bit, this might be stormy weather. This initiation is like once you get through the storm and you make a big move, which does involve letting go here, then you go through this initiation. You go through a crossing. I don't know. It feels like a challenge to me. Feels like one of those soul challenges that your soul would do for you or set up for you. Tell me more about the Six of Swords in the reverse. What are you seeing not so clear, or are seeing so clear? It may involve child energy. Page of Swords is about getting new information to move forward. Could be about Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. The Seven of Cups is like this. So I feel like seeing something clearly for what it is without being in a spell state. You know what I mean? Like without feeling charmed or anything like that. Like no confusion, no intoxicants. This is a clear decision. Surrender to the vices, the things that cloud our minds from the big moves that we're wanting to take or make. It's time for you to really think about that. All right. Seven of Cups too is, I mean, it's a lot of emotions, you know, a lot of emotions. It's a lot of choices too. So in a way, it's like you may want to surrender to thinking that it has to be done a certain way. Because really, there's no way you can predict that something's going to be less stormy or not. You think you can, but we really can't. So the drifter experiencing life as it comes is what's going to happen. So might as well see it with, you know, a clear mind. Scorpio energy, Aquarius energy, and possibly Aries energy. Tell me about this. This feels like an unavoidable question or issue, Taurus, that feels like if you don't make a decision or if you don't have some action soon, the universe will just take it upon itself to make a decision for you. And you don't want that. You want to be in charge of your choices and consequences as much as you possibly can. Okay? Because like I said, you can't be always 100% sure where something's going to lead you. But let's see. Choices and consequences. Feast of Plenty usually says there's, 2. This is your year. 2 of Pentacles. You're going to be juggling a lot. You're going to be doing a lot. So take the time to decide really, you know, if I have to juggle a lot for a long time, then maybe I need to take better care of myself and take a nap. Do it before choices and consequences comes in, and then all of a sudden you're sick and then you can't go to work because your body, that was the only way it could tell you to slow down, was to make you sick. You know what I'm saying? So the 2 of Pentacles, change, decisions, choices, consequences, and above all, it is definitely about this hectic balance that you've got going on. I mean, with the 2 of Pentacles, it's like you have to live in the here and now because you're just doing so much, you know? If your mind is somewhere else, there could be a big mistake made. And for some reason, I'm thinking like of a cashier, and you know, if you get real busy and you're thinking of something else and you're a cashier, you could give the wrong change. So there may be a, like, for your focus, and it might have to do with sleep too. Ta-da, the sun. There you go, some enlightenment. Tell me about the fortune's wheel. Luck and right timing, what we should love. What should Taurus love? What should Taurus love? Oh, no more drama. No more conflict when you experience life as it comes. You don't have to be conflicted about what direction to choose, because you just let the air. You let the air choose. You let the wind choose. You let the elements. You let life itself choose for you. That might be something to love. So it may be like, okay, we got to break out of our shell when it comes to having to have everything planned and grounded all the time, to let's drop the internal struggle of having to control where this boat's going. What else should they love? And also, guys, oh my gosh, seriously, that's awesome. Awesome. But also, I have that you should love the fact that some dramas have been pulled out of your life. And I don't know whether or not this is, I feel like it's Spirit Team that's done this, and it's been over a process of a few years, that some conflicts that you really didn't want to get pulled into have dissipated. Seeing something clear, good Lord, Wheel of Fortune, Fortune's wheel, luck and right timing. Man, guys, that's some serious good luck. And it's what you should love. You should embrace your luck. Embrace this, because this doesn't come around for everybody. Trust me, this does not come along for everybody, especially not right now. The readings have been you know, that's not been anything that great. So that's wonderful. This is like you getting the best reading out of all of these. All right, guys, I think that's a really lovely reading for you. 22 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty long too. So we are going to pull an angel number message, and you can join me on TikTok if you want an additional oracle. I would love to chat with you over there. 9, letting go. Oh my, you would have to get the big 555 and the good luck, though, I must say, and the good luck. Jeez. 555, a major shift is about to come into your life experience. It's going to change your path's direction. Be open and stay positive. I am optimistic. 9, accepting an ending here sometimes. Now, it says 9, it is your compassion that makes you shine. This is also about harvest. Harvest. You're devoted to helping the greater good, and you have a strong talent for speaking up for others. Your soul is most satisfied when you're being of service. I am compassionate. And then, guys, I have 12, which of course you are. You're Taurus. You're a visionary. Creativity is a driving force in your life. Your imagination is rich, and you are able to express your feelings and insights in unique ways that others can benefit from. I am a visionary. Woohoo! And this is happening very quickly. These changes. I don't know what it is, but it's big, guys. It's really big. So I hope you got something from that. Bye, my Tauruses. Love and light.